Hello everybody, welcome to JLABTV. I am JLAB and this is Football Manager 2017, the Unemployment Challenge, and I'm looking at the Hall of Fame charts because I am so very close to breaking into the top 10 English managers of all time because I'm only 5 points off. Yay! And yeah, I'm hoping to break into that eventually, and maybe even surpass Roy Hodgson before I end the series. So I think it's probably my last season. If I can do it, I can do it. It'd be very nice indeed to do it. But we're going to look at the transfers I have made for this upcoming season, and going to look at the season preview, then look at the squad and see what is my strong points, what is my weak points. So let's dive right in, shall we? So we're going to look at one of 6 players that arrived on the 1st of July. And that's Jorge Pinto. He is a left winger that I was very much looking forward to bringing in. And yeah, a position I needed to strengthen because Hugo Lazaro was the top player that I was pushing that position. Chris was playing as a striker, so he couldn't be there. And Pinto, I would call a wonder kid because he's got the potential to be one, though he's not described as such by the media. But he's one of 2 players I will be playing in that position this season, along with a lone signing Danny Ireland, who I'll get to later. But yeah, Pinto's not a bad player. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do after buying him for £2.6 million from Argentina. So the most expensive signing now is Federico Dezan, and he's not the best player in this position of attacking midfielder now. That is still Tupe Borges, and to be honest with you, Borges is still the better player by some distance, and I'm not going to complain about it because it means that I've got good competition here. The technical and physical side of things, Borges is better. He's now valued at £19.75 million, and I bought him for free from Juventus, don't forget. And I think he's wanted. Who wants him? Real Madrid, of course. Bloody Real Madrid want him. But Desan, I think, can take over if I was to lose Borges, so that'd be good. And there's a couple of players who I could bring in to replace Borges if he was to leave. But yeah, rotation policy for this guy. Looking forward to making him a superstar because he's a bloody wonder kid. And why wouldn't I make him really good? So now another Argentinian 18-year-old Albano Guia brought in for another £2.6 million bid, and very happy I brought him in. He's the 4th best defender we have right now, so he's the lowest in the pecking order. But if any injuries happen to Mina or Benavidez, another Argentinian, then we should have very good stead to ensure we have a good time and make sure he's a very good player. May not be a wonder kid, but I have a feeling that I will be making sure this guy is very talented indeed, because I want to make sure that any player that comes to me as a youngster ends up leaving as a superstar. That is my goal, that is my aim, it's what I do best. Now here's my first non-youngster player, or first non-young player at least anyway, Jetro Willem. So he's been in the game, it's been 10 years since I started this game and he's still around. He's only valued at £825,000, but he's on a 1-year deal and I wanted to bring in experience for left back because I wasn't going to get Iria. He's one of 3 signings I've made for this left back position. And I'm looking to ensure that while he's not brilliant, that we actually make sure we use him and utilise him to the best of our abilities. He can still do a good job for us. It's just a matter of making sure that we win and that he doesn't get absolutely slaughtered by people with pace, because he's not got pace on his side, and that's going to be an issue. So yeah, definitely need to hope that he doesn't get absolutely slaughtered by pace on the wings. Another young player, this time a 16-year-old. Leonardo Jesus was brought in for just £35,000 for another Portuguese club, and I think he's got a potential to be a very good player. He won't be starting for me, he'll be the under-19s, and I'm confident he'll do well, and I'm confident he'll have a good time playing for me when he does get the time, when he does start, because eventually he will be playing for my first team. It's something I want to do in the future, and I'm just very happy that we've got a young player who I can mould into an absolute superstar as well. Good stuff. So this is the last of my 6 players that I brought in on the 1st of July. I got Popovic. Now, £1.5 million I brought him in for. The board were not that happy with the amount of money I splashed out on this kid, but he's only 19. He can improve. If my record of making good players is anything to go by, I think I can make him very good indeed, providing I give him the game time he needs. And with Jetro Relens in the side as well, he'll be the understudy for Relens, and he will have a very good mentor in Relens, so that's good to have. But he's not the last of my left backs I brought in though. Felipe Renou was the next player I brought in, another left back, this time for £500,000 from Angers, and he won't start for me. I think he's not good enough right now, but he's very ambitious, and I'm looking forward to making him good. I think he's got the potential to be as good as Popovic could be, which is good, but it's just a matter of making sure that we make him good as well when we give him the game time. His value is half the money that we spent on him, but yeah, he's got a bid actually wanting from Tondela for a loan deal. I'm not sure whether to send him out on loan or not, but I'll have to get your guys' opinions on that matter, because I don't think I want to send him out on loan yet, but who knows. So I managed to get another loanee in, an Englishman this time, called Danny Ireland. He is on loan from Chelsea, because it's Chelsea loaning out players, as you would expect in real life. And yeah, he'll be starting for me and fighting George Pinto for the number 1 spot on the attacking left winger position, so that's good. His consistency's not that good, admittedly, but if it means that he won't do well, I just got Pinto here saying, okay, if you play badly, I'll put another player in to replace you. That's how things work here. Now, do your job, please. Now, here's my last signing so far, Ismael Raul. I got on a free transfer. He was playing the World Cup for Argentina, and he was clubless. Now, that caught my attention, because you playing for Argentina, and you're without a club. That must tell you how much talent this guy must have. And the fact he's considered a world-class midfielder by the media told me a lot. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to bring this guy in. Free transfer, paying £27,500 a week. That sounds like a good deal. Worth 17 million. So if I was to lose one of my main midfielders like Danilo Cataldi, who has been linked with Barcelona and has also had teams looking out for him, and he's also got Real Madrid potentially looking out for him as well to try and get his signature, I could be in a very good position that I've already got a player waiting in the wings to replace him if I was to let him go. So yeah, very happy with this deal. I'm looking forward to seeing what I can do next. I've let 3 players go this season, and Edison was one of those players. He was being paid £115,000 a week, and now he's been paid £130 a week by Nantes, so that's surprising to me. So, very surprised that he was actually getting paid more in the French leagues than he was in our division. He left us for £5.75 million, and I generally thought that I could keep hold of players and not have to worry about getting a replacement. The next player that left me was Miguel Martins. He left for £500,000 for Celtic. I wasn't going to use him that much, and I felt, why not? Let him do what he wants. He's not really going to be starting for me anytime soon, but I'll scout him anyway just to get a report. Just for the sake of it, really. Carlos Planos actually retired at the end of the season, so he's no longer playing. He made the most amount of appearances playing for us, and he only got 5 goals in his career. But hey, it could have been worse, could have been better. But yeah, he didn't play for me much last season, and that retirement was one of the reasons I had to get so many left backs. And I also let Rodrigo Casisio go. So I generally felt that I have enough good right wingers in my side that I could generally let this guy go for £7.75 million to Stoke City and generally not have to worry about it in the future. Yes, he's worth £22 million now, but I don't see him leaving as a big problem. I think I've got enough talent with the potential to become even better than what Casisio is currently. And that's a lot. That says a lot about how good I think my teams are. My players in the right wings are. So, my team is expected to be the champions this season. We are looking very, very good. 5-2 odds on favourites. Sporting Lisbon and Porto expected to be in second and third respectively. So top three expected to be what it was last season. And I'm honestly looking forward to the season. 4 of our players are in the team or the media Dream 11, but that could change in the future because with the young talent I have, I'm expecting some of my players, younger players, to get into that list in the future. But I'm very surprised that my attacking midfielder, Borges, is actually on the left wing though. That surprises me, more than I'd like to admit. So I'm looking at my squad now, and Diego Costa is the main player for me in the goalkeeper right now. He's only been paid £5,250 a week as a rotation goalkeeper, but he will be starting for me more often than not. And with Dinho, who was with Benfica B until this season, as his backup, I think we've got a good lineup here for 2 starting goalkeepers. And we've got we got Bruno Jesus as well as the third goalkeeper. He's got the potential to be better than both those players by some distance, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do here. He hasn't played in the league yet, but he has played once in the cup. And we also got Daniel Simeão. And we also got Simeão as the 4th goalkeeper. He's in the under-18 squad, so he won't be playing anytime soon, but it's nice to have another good player in the potential to do well. So looking at my left backs, Willem's being the main star is a bit concerning that he's not that good compared to some of the players I have, but with Popovic having good potential, I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do in the future. And with Renault also having good potential, it could be interesting to see what happens next. And I've also got Francisco Ribeiro, but I think I've got to make sure this is the case. He's a right back playing for Benfica B anyway, so that wouldn't work. Speaking of the right back position, I got plenty of young talent here. Plenty of talent that can cause problems in the future. Ordonez is the starting player for me. He's only getting paid £19,250 a week. He's got a contract until 2030. And I got Nelson Semedo, who's actually going down in rating, so I think I'll be letting him go sooner rather than later. He's getting paid £49,000 a week, 50 grand a week for the most part. He's got 2 years on his contract left. We've got Roger Roberto, who may have lost his touch a little bit with the ability to improve, but that's not a problem. And now we've got Marcin. I'm not going to say his last name, but Marcin, I might actually start him. I've got very good hopes for this kid, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do with him. I'm going to keep him at the club this year. He was on loan at his club that we bought him from last season, so looking to start him in the team this year. I've also got Claudio Matias, who could also be a pain in the ass. I think he's at Benfica B though. Yes, he's at Benfica B, so looking good. And then we got all these players. Admittedly, this is also including Benfica B and Benfica under 19s, but we got a lot of good centre backs at the club. Benavidez is the main one for me. He's the star. I had to get him a new contract because he had Chinese clubs and big clubs as well looking to sign him, like Chelsea. That was annoying. You got Yerry Mina, who's also starting with the main 2 starters. You got Miguel Lieti, 21 years of age, high potential to be a world-class player. I'm looking forward to giving him more game time and making him a star for me. We've got Roger Moto, who's on loan to Feyenoord, and I don't know if he's going to improve. So I might get rid of him sooner rather than later. Abono Guia, so he's going to have a good future. Though it might be worse than Miguel Liete, but imagine those 2 players together in the future as a starting 2. Just a dream defensive lineup. We've got Bruno Esteves on loan as well as Telmo Agri. He's on loan in our division, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do. And we got Carlos Reginaldo, who could be very good in the future. Brazilian, 16 years of age, bright future. So, looking at the centre midfielders now, and looking very good. Cataldi is looking very good. He's a starter for me. He might decline, but he's got clubs at Real Madrid wanting him, even though he's at the age of 32, which tells you how good he is at his current present time. Got Felipe Soares, who's still starting for me. He's very good as well. He'll be one of the other starting midfielder for me. And we've got Ismail Raul, who'll be the third player in the starting lineup for me. He'll be on the bench though, not starting full time. We've got Andres Cubas, who I might not keep much around. I generally don't know what to do with him. He's a defensive midfielder first and foremost, but he can play as midfielder as well, so I'll probably play him still. But he'll be my fourth starter. And they got Ivan Mikulino. He has... Well, I bought him before from PSG, and he's looking good. So I'm looking to see what he can do. Apparently he's wanted by West Ham, Nice and Fenerbahce, but I don't know what they want him for. So that'd be interesting. I got Charles Mamoni, who I've sent out on loan to Metz. So he started a few games last year. He's played 10 times in the league. I think a lot of those came from the bench, but I got good hopes for him. Though he has declined in potential, which is a bit of a shame, but hoping he'll improve when he plays for Metz consistently. Got Paulo Ferreira, who's a defensive midfielder, and Luis Antonio, who's also a defensive midfielder. Then you got Leonardo Jesus, who's got potentially be the best centre midfielder in the team, which is looking very good indeed. So now we're going to look at the left wingers, and I'm not going to look at Chris because he's the striker for me, but we're going to look at Jesus Pinto, who is the one of two leading left wingers in the side, along with Danny Ireland. Now, compare the two players, there's not much between them. They've both got potentially world-class players, both very good, but consistently Ireland is worse, so it'll be interesting to see what I can do there, and if Ireland is going to be good enough throughout the entire season. We've got Nelton, who I think he's declined a bit more than I'd like to meet, so he may leave at the end of the season, which is a shame, but he's done his part for me in the last 2 seasons. And Hugo Lazaro, who played left wing last year, he's more of a striker. We now look at the right wing, and I'm going to show the 3 players that pretty much give me a reason to allow Conceição to leave, and Antonio Pahamia is the person that I'm got starting for me. He's been wanted by Liverpool and Arsenal, so that's annoying. 19 years of age, good future. I gave him a new contract, and he's happy with just taking £2,000, which is nice. We got Norbe Capizas, who's also starting. He's joined in January last year. He's got 7 appearances under his belt so far, and he started for his country, so he's already proven he's got a bright future in the game. And then we got Sergio Portela, who was on loan last year. He's wanted on loan again, this time by Wolves, Hearts, Celta and Malaga, but I don't want to let him go out on loan this year. I want to keep him at the team. And we've also got Bruno Telles, but I don't think he'll be able to dent into the starting lineup anytime soon. Though he's wanted on loan by Real Ave, Navel and Nasser de Medellin. Now we're going to look at the attacking midfielders, and Borges is very good. The fact I got this guy for free from Juventus is amazing for me. I'm still chuffed about it. Felipe Soares could also play as attacking midfielder, but I'll be using him more as a centre midfielder. And then we've got Federico Di San, who has got so much potential. Could be better than Borges by some distance. He's a wonder kid, bought for £9.5 million, and he's still worth £8 million already. God damn, I love this guy. He's got so much potential. We got Jose Moya. I sent out on loan. He won't be playing much for me, I don't think, with those 2 players already here. So that'd be tough for him to get in. And Danilo Cataldi could also play as a attacking midfielder, but I won't be using him there. And now we are at the strikers position, and I've got a good number of strikers who could be really good. We've already got Chris, who, as we know, did really well last year. He's wanted by Bayern Munich, Barcelona and Real Madrid. I want £40.5 million for him. He's got 79 goals in 130 league games for me. Well, for Benfica since he joined in 2020. I think I can get him playing really nice football, really well as well. So, good future for him. We've got Danilo Silva, who could also still have great potential, but he's not going to be able to show it, I don't think, as much because he's been outshined. He's actually got 19 goals in 39 matches, so he's not exactly a bad player. He's done well for himself in the games he has played. He's got 2 caps for Portugal. We've got Hugo Lazaro, who got only 3 goals in 26 games in the league, but he did play more on the wing in the end. And he scored a lot of goals in the cup, so he's got a good time here. We've got Federico Rias, who I can't see making an impact. He got 9 goals and 28 appearances for Benfica, and he's done well there. Desan could also play there, but I'm not going to use him as a striker. We've got 2 players out on loan. Alfonso Correa, out on loan to Aruca. He's going to have game time, I hope. He got game time before last season. Got 10 goals and 20 appearances, which is good. And we've got Paulo Freire, who's on loan at Chavez. He only got 1 goal in 16 appearances last season in the league, but he was not having the easiest team to work with. So hopefully he'll get more time and more effort to develop. He's got a bright future in the game. And this is going to be my starting lineup, and I'm hoping that I can get all the talent in the world playing here. We've got so many good players here. I'd be surprised if I don't get a few complaints from players saying, "Oh, why can't I play? Why can't I play?" I will rotate the side quite a bit every so often, and I want to make sure that my players are able to get game time and also develop. It's the most important part to the team as far as I'm concerned, and that's always something I want to do in the future. But anyway, I am going to end this video here. I hope you guys have actually enjoyed this video. I hope you guys will like and share this video, and that you subscribe to my channel. It really does help me out a lot. Check out my social media links like Twitter and Twitch if you're interested in following me on those. And so anyway, until next time, goodbye and well, good night.